do we need to introduce today, guys? I don't know if we need to introduce every single time. Everyone knows.
Nah.
We got a lot to
Everybody
know.
knows
So
us. Everybody knows us.
we'll skip that this time. Does our raccoon want to go over housekeeping?
Yes.
Okay.
Usual housekeeping is if you could all mute your lines if you're not already muted, that would be great. Share stories, experiences, tips, ask questions, make recommendations, and tell us what you want to know. We want you to engage with us here, talk to us, tell us what's going on, ask questions. If you want to just type it in, that's okay.
All
You
right.
need to talk to the raccoon
Yes.
out in the desert by Area 51. See, look at
She's got an alien sign behind her.
That's hilarious.
Okay, we are giving a free giveaway this time for which month are we doing now? December? Is it December, Annette?
Yes, December.
Okay.
December.
So if you will agree that you will take lots of pictures of the leave behinds we create for you with your logo, your information on them, your contact information, we will create all of the leave behinds you see for December for you. That'll be the free giveaway. We'll send them to you in a link. And if you promise that you will send us pictures, then please type yes in the chat feature. And we will do a drawing after this, and whoever wins will get all of the December leave behinds made for them so they don't have to do it themselves. So go ahead. I see some people typing in there. Yes. Today we're going to cover the December 10 to 20% revenue dip many agencies don't see coming. I don't know how many of you have been caught in this through the years. I have been several times, which is why I know about it. We're going to talk about building a revenue cushion now before December so it's not so painful when it happens. We're going to plan early, stress less, building Q4 momentum that powers Q1 success. So we're going to also get into that as well. So let's get started. So the December 10 to 20% revenue dip many agencies don't see coming. We're going to talk about why it happens. It happens every single year. It's never not happened to me, and Annette and Lisa agreed when we talked about this. I think it was last year, that this is definitely an issue. It happens year after year. I've been in home care for close to 20 years, and every year I'm going along through the year. I'm hitting all my monthly goals, and I'm thinking I'm going to hit that annual goal, get my bonus, and then every year. That's why I know it's real, and that's why I know it happens over and over again. And so what can we do to protect ourselves from that? What can we do now to give some padding to our revenue so that doesn't happen this year? It's still going to happen, but if you pad your revenue, it's not going to be as painful. So the dip is usually 10 to 20%. Some of it comes from staff time off requests because they want to be off during the holidays. And some of it just comes from service reductions and some other things. So we'll talk about all of that here now. There's lots of reasons that it happens. The family caregiving increases. Adult children visit for the holidays, and there's a temporary reduction or pause in services for that reason. There's a lot of client hospitalizations, the cold, the flu, the holiday stress. There's more ER visits. It's a busy time for all ages, but our seniors, they get hit a little bit more with all of that. And your caregiver availability also drops because they're requesting time off. And sometimes the senior will say, oh, if my caregiver can't come, then I just don't want anybody. So we need to plan for all of this ahead of time so that doesn't happen. And we're not in crisis. We want to plan proactively rather than react. So if we're planning proactively, we're not reacting to it when it's too late really to do anything about it. So for me, the biggest impact has always been client deaths in the winter months. This is what has happened more. The other things have happened too, but this happens. I would say December, January. Annette, Lisa, are those the 2 months, would you say?
It's December, January. It just seems like everybody dies.
Yeah. And it's sad. We're talking at this from a business standpoint, but it's also very sad. It's sad for the caregivers. It's sad for the company, for the families, but the mortality rate goes up in the elderly population in the winter months. And so planning for this ahead of time will be very helpful for you. So that's what we're going to talk about. And this is a compounding effect. So we talked about the family is there, there's hospitalizations, the caregivers take time off, there's deaths. Each one of those have their own percentages, but when you add them together, it's more than the total because each one of them affects the other. So the total doesn't equal a 20% decline. It exceeds it because the factors interact with each other and amplify the effects on your operation. And so having a handle on this ahead of time, knowing that it's coming and putting in some preventative measures will help you save that revenue in December. So what can you do? You can front load your billable hours, and we're going to talk about that. That's basically maximizing service delivery September through November. Double down on your referrals, really go at it hard. A lot of people don't market much during the holidays. Lisa and have you found that to be like, it's easier to get in, you don't see as many of the other marketers out there? Did you notice that? Yeah or no?
Yeah, I did.
You did? Yeah. Okay. And
I was
Lisa?
actually telling someone that yesterday, I think in class, and that some marketers aren't going to be there. So get in now.
Yeah, perfect
Of
opportunity.
course, the social workers may be gone too, but get in now. Don't stop just because everyone else is. Keep it pushing. Yeah.
Right. And whoever's even covering the social worker probably doesn't know you either. And so it gives you some time to get in front of somebody new and different as well. Double down on the referrals. So double what you're doing now. Stabilize your team, motivate and retain caregivers through the busy season, ensure operational consistency, and think long term. So each of these strategies work together to create resilience. And just like all of those things taking away from your revenue, they are affecting one another. All of these things will also affect one another in a positive way. So for strategy 1, we're going to strengthen revenue early by front loading billable hours. So maximize the utilization. So focus on every caregiver's available hours during these critical months and review your schedule weekly to identify, maybe you've got a really good caregiver, maybe their client died, one of their clients maybe died, and she's open and available. If you're looking at those caregiver hours and you see some of your really good caregivers open and available, if you have good relationships with your social workers, with your referral sources, I used to go out and say, I have a caregiver that's open like Monday, Wednesday, Friday from this time to this time. Do you have anybody? Like, she's really good. If you have a really good relationship with your referral sources, you can do that. And a lot of them will send people your way that need a really good caregiver. If you have somebody discharging right now, I have a great caregiver. So that's one way to maximize that utilization. Increase visit frequency with existing clients. So most of you are probably doing supervisory visits, out checking on your clients. Do that more right now in October. Start doing that a lot. Start having more conversations with your caregivers. Maybe you have caregivers that are there Monday, Wednesday, Friday overnight, and the client's alone Tuesday and Thursday night or something like that. Talk to that caregiver. How did the client do the nights you're not there? You have people discharging and coming home. How are they doing? Get your caregivers to talk to you and share how all of their clients are doing. Many times they need more hours. A lot of times as the marketing person or whoever's signing the client, we get them to take as many hours as we can get them to take. A lot of them need more than what we're able to get them to sign up for. It's just the way that it is. Once services start and they're comfortable with the caregiver and they like the services, they might be more apt to add hours, but not if we're not checking in with them. So check in with the clients, check in with the family, check in with the caregivers, and see if there's anybody who needs more hours, because it's better for them and it will also help pad your revenue. Accelerate your new client onboarding. Get in a system to where you can start services tonight or you can start services tomorrow, and start talking about that with your referral sources. We can start the same day or we can start the next day. The sooner they start, the faster your revenue starts. So not only are you doing a solid, right, for the social worker, whoever is discharging this person, whoever's needing the services, why wait a couple days? Get them started earlier, 24 especially. If you can start sooner, your revenue increases sooner. So try to get rid of those service gaps if you can start sooner. Maybe someone calls and normally you say, oh, I'll come out. Maybe they call today, it's Wednesday. I'll come out on Friday and do the assessment. Get out there today and do the assessment. Start services tomorrow. This is going to start building that revenue now as the holidays come.
Dawn,
Strategy
we have a question.
Yes. Oh, we do.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Hi, Rex. Thanks for the question. He's brand new to the space and targeting opening his office in November. Sounds like this time of year also compounds hiring issues as well. Correct? Would you say it's harder to hire people, Dawn? Did you notice that?
It could be not probably higher, but to get them to work some solid hours. Some
Correct.
people pick up this work during the holidays as extra work. So they're wanting more. So it's a give and take. Some people want some time off, but some will work more because they have Christmas presents to buy.
Sure.
And school's out.
and
school's out
out.
and
And
all those
so
other
a
things.
lot of them will work more and some don't. So if I were starting in November or December, I might put in the ads, earn extra money for holiday gifts. I always did that in my ads in October, November, my caregiver ads, earn extra money for holiday gifts or anything like that. So I wouldn't say you can't hire. It could be a little bit harder, but there are people looking for extra income this time of year.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, strategy 2, double down on referral generation. I'm telling you, people aren't out. They're not marketing the way that they normally do during the holidays. So if you double down, you do even more than what you usually do. They see you more, you're being more creative, you're leaving more fun, cool. You're doing some campaigns, and I have some campaigns for you. So intensify the hospital discharge planner outreach, schedule some lunch and learns in October and November. They always will get you referrals. So schedule some lunch and learns with those social workers in the skilled nursing facilities in October and November, and make it fun. Bring some Halloween candy in. Do something that's like with the season when you go and do the lunch and learn when it's the holidays. Make it bring Halloween cookies, or bring whatever they do for Thanksgiving cookies, or some kind of bakery item that is the holiday. Launch targeted campaigns to referral sources. I have a great one for you that I'm going to share that you can do. And then we're doing the pumpkin decorating contest in October. That's a great one to get this all started. You get your cell phone number from the social workers. They're texting you pictures of the pumpkins they've decorated. This is a great way to start that double downing on your referral sources. And activate your existing client base. Ask those satisfied families for some referrals and testimonials on Google. We also do websites and SEO and all of those things. And we have found that good Google reviews is helping with SEO tremendously. So get with your clients and get some Google reviews. They are going to trust you when they see that you have 4.5-star reviews. They look at that stuff. So start working on that as well. So educating your social workers, this is going to help you. This is the lunch and learn that you can do in October, November. You can do whenever you want, but we want to double down on the referral sources. We want some face-to-face time with them. Ask them if you can do a lunch and learn. When you do a lunch and learn in a skilled nursing facility, you have to be teaching them something. It's called lunch and learn. And that doesn't mean just about what your company does. They know what home care is, and they know what home care does. You need to have something that's different about you. But you also need to educate them. Their bosses don't want them sitting with you to eat just to chit chat. They want them to be learning something that matters. Your home care experts, something that they don't know. You know what happens after discharge. They have no idea what happens after discharge. They don't go home with these patients. We go home with them. So educating them about what happens after discharge is so important. And you will see as you're talking to them about what happens, which I'm going to share with you here in a minute, you'll see it connect. And you'll see they're thinking, oh, I should have sent Miss Smith home with a caregiver. Oh my God, what was I doing? What I found through the years, and I've talked to both Lisa and Annette and tons of clients across the country about this, when somebody comes home from a skilled nursing facility or hospital, when they discharge, their first few days home are the hardest. They're doing better at the SNF or the hospital, wherever they discharge from. That's why they're coming home. But when they get home, they actually get worse for the first few days, because the bathroom's further away, because bed furniture is lower. They have difficulty moving through the carpet with a wheelchair or walker. They're doing more on their own. Their overall confusion. They're on new meds. They have a new condition to adjust to. Lots and lots of things. So that perky person you saw in the SNF, because hopefully you're signing the people up in the SNF, you don't wait till they get home. That perky person you saw in the SNF, you get to their house and they're not that same perky person anymore. 2-3 days in, they're not good. They're not well. And their 90-year-old husband or wife is not enough care. Many of them will sign up for 24-hour care and taper down. Your recommendation should be that they sign up for 24-hour care and taper down as they start to feel better, because they need eyes on them. They need someone physically there to see how they're doing when they get home. Super important. Once the social workers understand that they're going to get degress, whatever the word is, and when they get home and they're going to struggle for a bit, they're going to start discharging more people home with home care. And they're going to discharge them home to you because you told them this. They don't know that this is happening. There's no way for them to know that this is happening. And their whole job is to make sure that they get a safe discharge. Home care is a part of that safe discharge. Going home with your 90-year-old husband or wife, not safe. It's just not safe. They're just too needy when they get home, and they're going to have more problems than what they're having in the SNF. Any questions about this piece of it and how you would do this? You just simply do a lunch and learn. They don't have PowerPoint. They don't have a place for slides. It's a very casual. There might be 3 people that come. Bring a little light lunch for them. And this is what you present. And you print this for them with your contact info. And they give it to their patients. This is written to the patients. So you can give them 5, 6, 7 of them so that they can convince the patient you're going to need help when you get home. And this is why you're going to need help when you get home. And you've got the Google and Canva link down here. So you just go in and put your phone number and your logo on it. And off you go. This is a great way to get big jobs. This is a great way to start padding. Start doing some lunch and learns, get them scheduled October, November, and you'll start signing on some more clients, and this will help you pad that revenue before December hits. All right, a campaign. We're going to double down on our referral sources. One is getting those lunch and learns scheduled. This is a really great way to finish December strong. This you take, I've got several of these. They're not politically incorrect, nothing like that. They're just snowmen and gingerbread houses. You take these to the schools in November. They have a lot of time where kids are working. They need busy work and they want a feel good holiday kind of thing. The child puts their first name, their age, their grade in school, and a little something to a senior, and they color this picture. You've got your logo and a little information. The December winner will get all of these with their stuff on there already. You print a few, you can print them for the schools. A lot of times the schools don't have paper. Their budgets are cut, they don't have paper. So you might want to bring them printed for them already. Or some of them will just say, send us the PDFs, we'll print them, we'll do the whole thing. You'll have to ask the school. Be ready to do a lot of these, because what you're going to do with these, here's one that's done. It says, my snowman is happy. My snowman can throw snowball. That has nothing to do with seniors, but it's adorable and it's cute and they love this. This is a real one that I took out in the field. And when you get them all done, you pick them up the 1st of December and you take them out to everywhere. The thing is, when you go to assisted living, they're going to ask for 150 of these. When you they're going to put it down at their holiday dinner with their food. And so you're going to want to do a lot of these. Skilled nursing facilities, bring some tacks and ask them if you can hang them in each room and say hi to bring some holiday cheer. They'll let you do this. This will set you up for a wonderful January. December will be busy too. Even just starting this is going to get the word out and people will get very excited about it. So we have several of them, the links to all of these. We have the link here. I think you do, Lisa, on another. We'll make sure the link's in here before we.
It's right here. That was his link.
Oh, right here. Here's the link. So this takes you to a folder and they're all in the folder. If you win the December drawing, we'll do them for you. All right. So any questions about how this works? I can't stress enough. You want to do a lot of them and you want to put the schools on a timeline. Say you bring them the 1st of November, tell them I will be back on this day to collect them. Even have like a letter for each teacher that says I will be back on this day to collect them. This gives them some busy work in the schools. It gives them time. They can go sit somewhere quietly and they can do as many of them as they want. Okay. There's no questions. We're good. All right. We'll keep going. Strategy 3, stabilize and motivate your caregiver team. So we would always talk about caregivers working the holidays and how fabulous they were, and we would enter them in a drawing. So anytime they picked up a shift from October, November, December, we would enter them into a drawing to win something spectacular, and they could get entered 20 times anytime they picked up a shift. If they decided they would work Thanksgiving week, they get entered in the drawing. If they decided to work December, like the holiday part of December, you'd have to pick your days, your times, all of that. We'd enter in the drawing. If they decided they would work a weekend during the holidays, we would enter them in the drawing. We had one lady, she had 36 entries. So they just keep getting entered and entered. And then the drawing can be whatever you want. We did big screen TVs. We did laptops. We did video games. We did all kinds of things for children too, bicycles, like lots, and they get it before Christmas, obviously. So this is a great way to motivate them. You can motivate them with money. You get to enter a drawing for a $200 Visa gift card, whatever you want it to be. It really works because they want, cash is probably king because then they can go buy gifts. Walmart gift card, Visa gift card. We mixed it up. We had TVs, gift cards, bicycles, all kinds of things. And they love this. So every time they did one of these things, there were like, we had 5 or 6 things, we'd enter them in a drawing. So this will help you've got to get them motivated and excited and happy, and start it now. Start it now because you want them to win these prizes. You've got to pad your caregivers as well because people take time off. Offer schedule flexibility. And this is a mixed bag. I would tell the schedulers, let's call them and see what time off they need, not in October, but as it gets closer. And they'd say, if I ask them, they're all going to want all the time off. And so I felt, let's plan it and know. And they felt like if I talk to them about it, they're all going to want all the time off. And so you first implement this bonus of entering them into a drawing. So everybody knows about that. And you can even talk about that when you call them. We have found they're going to get the time off anyway. They're going to do a call off. They just won't go to work. So I have found it's better to call them and talk to them about the time that they want off, or ask them to call if they're needing time off. First, again, to enter this, talk about the bonus and how they can be entered in these drawings, get them all excited about that. I feel like it's better to maybe a week before Thanksgiving, talk about Thanksgiving, and a week before Christmas, talk about Christmas, so that you can get those hours scheduled filled. The other thing is, I think we're going to get into the next strategy. We'll get into that in a minute. Increase your recognition and communication. So when those caregivers pick up a shift, when they do that, you have a caregiver newsletter out there, recognize them. Maybe you're sending text messages to groups of your caregivers. Oh, so-and-so just picked up a shift. Thank you so much. Recognize them, hoot and holler about all the things they do that you're asking them to do, that they do for you. It's really important that they get recognition and communication for doing those things for you. Plan 4, the strategy 4 is to plan for operational consistency with forecasting and early communication. So what operational consistency? So reliable staffing schedules, predictable communication between schedulers and caregivers, continuity of care. When we had a holiday coming up, we charged time and a half on Christmas Day, on Thanksgiving Day, on New Year's Day. A lot of clients don't want to pay time and a half, but we also don't want to lose those billable hours. And so anyone that we saw ahead of time scheduled for a time and a half day, we would call them and we would say, you are scheduled for Christmas Day. It's time and a half. And most of the time, oh, I don't need help. I don't want help on Christmas Day. My daughter's going to be here. So whatever. Okay. So let's get you scheduled for another day so you don't lose that day, because you still need the help. So maybe Christmas is on a Tuesday. Let's schedule you for Monday instead, or let's schedule you for Thursday instead. Get ahead of it, because I'm telling you, those holiday hours, people not taking it adds up so quickly. Lisa, Nat, do either of you want to speak to that?
I want to say I totally agree. It's how, just if a client's caregiver calls in sick, the scheduler needs to say, okay, so I have Sarah coming today. But I agree with the holidays. A lot of them just say, I don't want services. My family's here. So it's very easy for them to lessen the hours. So I think you definitely have to approach it a different way so you can make sure Christmas is on Thursday. So do you want somebody on Wednesday? We can help you get ready for the holidays, get your dinner ready, whatever.
Yeah. So let's just move your day to Wednesday, or let's just move your day so your caregiver gets her hours too. And I think doing this, you also want to confirm, because I've had caregivers show up at a client's house, this was years ago, on Christmas Day, and nobody was there. And the caregiver is livid because it's Christmas and they drove all the way over there and planned to work, and then nobody's home. So you have to confirm it anyway. You don't want a caregiver on Christmas Day showing up and nobody's home. Like, that's the worst thing you could do to a caregiver. So calling ahead, if they land on a holiday, even Christmas Eve, that is a holiday too. The caregiver's an evening time. So get all of that done way ahead of time so that the caregiver doesn't lose their hours. The caregivers really appreciate this, especially if they need to take Christmas off and the client doesn't want service on Christmas. They love that they're still going to get their hours, and you coordinated that for them. This helps with retention. They feel like you're making sure they're still getting their hours. Their income's not going to drop, because their income also drops during December, which is a really bad time because of the holidays. So whatever you can do to keep that from happening for them is going to be greatly appreciated as well.
Yeah, I feel like too that the clients care about that factor of it as well.
Mhm.
And so when you say that, they're going, oh, good, they'll get their hours too if we just move it to Wednesday, then that makes them feel good because they have a relationship with that caregiver and they don't want them to lose out, but they also want to do something with family. So I think it works both ways.
It does. And I think that is a great way to even word it is your caregiver, Mary, she usually gets 3 hours. Let's put you on Thursday instead. So she still gets her hours. That's a great point, Lisa.
Exactly.
Yeah. So forecasting for December and Q1, you can look at last year and see what that looked like. Did it drop off? What happened? In January, you're going to want to start talking about how you help reduce readmissions, and we'll be talking about that here as well. We have leave behinds for that. That will also help set Q1 up very well. So this is all about communication and being proactive and not reacting to something, because by December, it's going to be too late to fix any of this. It's over. It's done. All right. Strategy 5, think long-term. Use December strategy to strategically set up Q1. So refine your operations, use slower periods to update your policies, improve caregiver training materials, streamline processes. If you are slow, use that time and start building the readmissions. We help reduce readmissions. Prepare your marketing campaigns for Q1 ahead of time. Get yourself ready. So anytime you have some downtime in home care, it's smart to use that time to think about, where do we struggle when we're busy? Where do we have stop gaps? Where do we get stuck? When did we have troubles this whole year with caregivers and not having enough of them? What month was that again? Let's plan now for that month so that month isn't so hard next time. That's what we're doing right now. What can we do now in October to prevent the revenue drop? It's still going to drop, but if you're up before it drops, it won't hurt as much. Recruit ahead of your needs. So just thinking about all of those things when it is slower to set Q1 up. So your October plan of action is to lock in your foundation. And so you want to finalize the holiday staffing schedule, all time off requests, create master coverage plan with backup options identified. Client communication blitz, call all of them to discuss their December plans and your December plans for them and moving the caregiver schedule around. Recruit some backup caregivers, hire and train them so that they will fill some of those gaps for you during the holiday weeks. Maybe your backup caregivers get a little bonus or something in December because they were willing to be backup caregivers. And then review your financial cushion, confirm reserve funds are in place just in case that December shortfall. Hopefully you won't have reserve funds because you're going to do some padding ahead of time. So your November action plan, execute and monitor, confirm all schedules. So that was your October plan. Your November plan is to verify every shift for Thanksgiving week and the following weeks. Call caregivers to confirm availability. Move clients' days around if you need to, so the caregiver still gets their hours. And then staff appreciation. Anytime they work for the holidays, enter them in a drawing, do whatever, give them extra paid time off. Whatever works for your office, recognize them, praise them. Have a caregiver holiday party. Have them come. I find an open house is probably the best way to do it because they're all working different hours. The office is open from maybe 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. one day. And they come in, they eat a little bit of food, they get a gift. You really need to show them a lot of love this time of year and that you're thankful for them, especially in November. Really important. So these are all things that you can do in November to help set you up well. And your December action plan, you have your daily schedule monitoring, review every shift confirmation and address gaps immediately. You want client safety check-ins, call clients whose services have been reduced to ensure they're doing okay. Team morale support, regular appreciation messages and check-ins with all of your caregivers. Begin conversations with families about resuming full services in the new year. Most of them do. I don't ever really talk about that unless they bring it up, because why wouldn't they just have the same? And then monitor actual versus projected revenue for your future forecasts. So just be on call, communicate more often than you normally do, and have those backup plans just in case. All right, Annette, do you want to talk about your sales training?
Sure.
Okay.
And just adding, being out there, all the marketers that are on here, this month and next month, this is your month to be out there scheduling lunch and learns, just hitting it hard because the holidays happen. I'm not saying that you can't get lunch and learns booked in December. you may book something and the social workers are out. This is your time to really get out there and market, especially if you're going to be doing any activities at any of the communities. You want to get on their calendar at least by November, if it's for December, so that, you know, that they can see that you're hosting an event, the name of your agencies on the activity calendar. So I just wanted to throw that out there. The sales training, we still have a few openings for October 28th, and we have our November dates listed. We would love to have you join us. We've been having a lot of success with our class members. If you follow what we say, most people are getting referrals by week 6. So we would love to have you join us. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. And I think we have a lot of our class members on here now. So
Yeah, I saw quite a bit.
you get to come when you get a lot of good information at our mastery circles, but our sales training is week to 12 weeks, 1 hour a week. We spoon feed you. We tell you what to say. We tell you what to do. We give you all the materials. We make leave behinds for you. So it's really worth it, and to help you make you successful.
Yes, absolutely. I'm surprised we still have a little bit of openings left for October
Just a
20th. I know
couple.
it was getting full before our conference, so that's
Mhm.
awesome. Alrighty, Lisa, you're up. You get to
Wow.
do the best.
I've got some
Lots of
time today.
time.
Usually it's like 5 minutes, Lisa.
So here you spoke and we heard, we put together this homecaremarketingnews.com/store. So if you go to any of these months here, you can get to any of the giveaways that go with the leave behind. So just keep that in mind. You don't have to get anything here. We just wanted to create like a one-stop shop for you, so you don't have to go and look around or reinvent the wheel. You can just go here, pair some of this stuff together. It's all from like Amazon, maybe Dollar Tree here and there. So it's all of that. So just so you know, you can grab this link and save it on your desktop if you want to, or here's how you get there though.
Take care.